9 News at 9 and streaming on CBSN Los Angeles. I'm Juan Fernandez.
And I'm Pat Harvey. President Trump won't accept defeat. He says he can still win the election. But President-elect Joe Biden is going ahead with plans to take over the White House as the 46th president of the United States.
KCAL9's Leslie Maring is live now in the newsroom for us with the very latest. Leslie?
Well, Pat, Juan, today President-elect Biden announced his transition team, but he also addressed the president's refusal to concede from the race, calling it an embarrassment. Tonight, President-elect Joe Biden is moving forward with his transition plans, despite President Trump refusing to concede.
I just think it's an embarrassment, quite frankly. The only thing that, how can I say this tactfully? I think it will not help the president's legacy.
Today, the president fired off several tweets claiming he'll still win the election and alleging more voter fraud. Twitter flagged the tweets, noting voter fraud of any kind is exceedingly rare. But that didn't stop Secretary of State Mike Pompeo from backing the president's false claims today.
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration.
And tonight, the Trump administration continues to block a peaceful transition of power. Biden's team is still unable to access federal agencies and funding and is blocked from receiving classified briefings about global concerns, something that would happen during a normal transition. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff believes the delay could threaten U.S. security.
It's a real concern any way you look at it, and we don't know what will take place in the next 2 months. It could be, very smooth in terms of foreign policy or national security threats, or we could have a real crisis.
But Biden says he isn't too worried.
But there's only one president at a time. He's president.
Try to facilitate a transition.
In another sign of defiance, on this day 4 years ago, President Obama welcomed Trump to the White House following his 2016 victory. But tonight, CBS News sources say Mr. Trump has no plans to do the same for Joe Biden. And tonight, many Republicans are still not acknowledging the Biden win either.
Spoken to Vice President Biden yet?
I have not.
Senator, have you congratulated Vice President Biden yet?
No.
Why not?
But none of this is stopping the president-elect from moving forward. Today, Biden announced he wants to re-enter the Iran nuclear deal and the Paris Climate Accord, both of which Trump withdrew from.
That America's back. We're going to be back in the game.
Meanwhile, the president has been seen golfing, but hasn't had any public events since last Thursday.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win.
According to his public schedule, the president hasn't attended an intelligence briefing since October 1st. Mr. Trump's last revealed call with a foreign leader was more than 10 days ago. And tonight, as the number of coronavirus cases continues to surge, we're learning the president hasn't met with his coronavirus task force in months. And tonight, CBS News is reporting the Biden-Harris team is considering possible legal action if the Trump administration continues to stall the transition, but they also say they will consider other options as well. In studio, Leslie Marin, Juan, Pat, back to you guys.
All right.